Have you ever lost someone dear? If so, then you know how it feels to be desperate to see them one more moment. You know the piercing loneliness and the deafening silence. You know the guilt that devours you, or the fear of forgetting. Desperately grasping for those memories that you know will slowly fade. I hear you. I've lost my mother at a young age and my dad passed away very suddenly. I wrote these words as a reflection of my own inner feelings. There is some light though. Bach Flower Remedies offer a gentle yet profound way to help you process the emotions surrounding the death of your dearest. They won't take away the pain. They won't change the situation. Nothing and no one can. But they can support you in navigating the pain, confronting the fear, and ultimately finding a sense of peace somewhere along the way. In this video, I'll guide you through the most effective Bach Flower remedies to help you cope with the death of a loved one and the emotions it brings. But I also hope to offer you a message of hope and light. I'm Michelle, a Bach Flower practitioner with a background in education, nature conservation, herbalism, and esoteric sciences. I'm the creator of Bloom into Balance, a course for people who want to transform their anxiety and stress into strength, confidence, and calmness. And I'm also a profound believer in the afterlife and communication with those who are on the other side. Losing my mother at a young age was like a wound that never fully closed. The pain of that isn't just a sadness, it's devastation, it's an unraveling of everything familiar. It's a violent ripping away of love, security, and belonging, leaving a hollow space inside that nothing else can fill. Here are some of the most piercing emotions that grief brings. The abyss of loneliness. Grief is the realization that no one will ever hold you quite the same way again. It's waking up to a world that feels colder, emptier, like you've been cast adrift in a vast silent ocean where no voice will ever call your name the way they did. It's the unbearable weight of knowing that the person who made you feel safe, who knew you before you even knew yourself, is simply gone. The desperation of one more moment. Grief is a screaming into the void, begging for just one more conversation, one more touch, one more second to say what you never said. It's replaying their voice in your mind, afraid that one day even that will fade. It's a suffocating ache of unfinished words of love that had nowhere left to go. The haunting silence. Their absence is not just the lack of their presence, it's an unbearable screaming silence. The absence of their footsteps in the hall, their laugh filling a room. It's the realization that the house, the world, and even somehow your own soul all feel too quiet now. The guilt that devours you. Could you have done something more, said something different, been a better daughter, son, friend, lover? Even when there's nothing rational to feel guilty about, the mind creates its own torment, a relentless replay of moments you wish you could change. The shattered identity. Who am I without them? Grief isn't just losing someone you love, it's losing the part of yourself that existed only in their reflection. If you lose your parents, you stop being a son or a daughter. If you lose your partner, you stop being a husband or wife. If you lose your child, you stop being a mother or a father. The version of you they knew, they nurtured, they cherished, dies too. Who you were with them is gone. You are forced to live on as a different person, one who carries the weight of their absence in every breath. The crushing realization of forever. At first it feels surreal, like they could walk through the door at any moment. I remember when my dad died. I expected him to somehow open his eyes. But then, of course, comes the soul-piercing realization. They never will. Never is the heaviest word in grief. Never again will they smile at you, hold you, say your name. Never is an eternity you never asked for, an emptiness stretching further than you can comprehend. The unfairness that burns. Why them? Why now? Why in this way? The world keeps turning indifferent to your shattered heart. People laugh, go about their lives, while you silently scream at the injustice of it all. The sun rises like nothing happened. And it kind of feels like a betrayal. It feels wrong. I too remember the day after my father died. I had to do groceries, and it was just the weirdest thing. With the debt I was carrying, to be in that terrible, stupid market, buying some pickled onions or something. Looking at the busy world around me as if nothing happened and no one cared. That was a really strange, almost surrealist feeling. The fear of forgetting. You hold on tightly to the details, the way they smelled, the exact sound of their laugh, the warmth of their hands, because the thought of forgetting even the smallest piece of them is another kind of death. It feels like you're losing them more and more and more every second, and in some way you are, at least in a material sense, because you cannot lose them in the spiritual sense. But time is cruel because it fades even the sharpest memories, leaving you clinging to echoes. Grief is a storm, a drowning, a darkness you learn to walk with. It reshapes you, carves you into something new, someone who carries love in the form of loss. But even in the deepest sorrow, there is love, because grief is love that has nowhere to go. The best Bach Flower Remedies for death. Though we cannot change death itself, we can change how we move through its impact. Here are the Bach Flower Remedies that provide the deepest support. Star of Bethlehem, the remedy for shock and trauma. Star of Bethlehem is the remedy for consolation. It helps soothe the initial shock and the numbness that often accompany death. Whether the loss was very sudden or expected, the emotional and spiritual wound can be very profound. Imagine hearing the news of a loved one's passing. Your mind refuses to process it, and your body feels frozen. Star of Bethlehem helps soften the shock and allowing you to begin your journey towards acceptance. In my practice, I often use Star of Bethlehem when my clients have lost loved ones in the past and it still impacts their lives. After taking Star of Bethlehem, they often tell me that they are surprised and they are suddenly crying a lot. Although for some this might look like a bad sign, it's actually really good, and it's Star of Bethlehem doing its work. It's cleaning it out and releasing what is stuck. It's in a way helping you liberate. Crying is literally the release of tears, so let it go. In its positive state, Star of Bethlehem moves the grief. It brings a quiet and deep sense of peace, helping you process loss without feeling completely shattered, even if it's a loss that's far in the past. Walnut, the remedy for transitions and letting go. Walnut is a remedy that offers support during profound life changes, especially during times of loss or transition. That often marks a pivotal moment in our lives, a threshold where we must confront the challenge of letting go, both physically and emotionally. Walnut helps us adapt to this inevitable change, creating space for healing and emotional closure, and also a new beginning. Imagine standing at the graveside of a loved one, feeling the weight of the finality in the air. The thought of saying goodbye seems almost impossible, as though part of you will always be tethered to the person you've lost. Walnut assists in cutting the energetic cords of attachment, enabling you to release the grip of grief while still holding on to the love and memories that remain, and keeping a beautiful spiritual connection with your loved one on the other side. This remedy provides the inner strength needed to move through the letting go process with grace. In its positive state, Walnut allows you to embrace change without losing the essence of what truly matters, helping you move forward in life, holding the love and connection while letting go of the pain. It helps in transitioning through grief, ensuring that the love of the deceased remains within you, but you are no longer weighed down by sorrow. Sweet Chestnut, the remedy for extreme despair. Sweet Chestnut is the remedy for the darkest moments of the soul. Those times when death feels like an overwhelming, crushing weight and despair seems beyond bearing. This is the remedy for the dark night of the soul. This remedy is for those who feel they have reached their breaking point. When hope seems distant and the pain of loss is so deep, it feels as though it has swallowed them whole. Sweet Chestnut offers light when all else seems dark, providing support in the most desperate of times, when you are standing in the midst of overwhelming sorrow, feeling as though life itself has lost all meaning after a profound loss. The world feels empty and the weight of grief is unbearable. Sweet Chestnut acts like a candle in the dark, offering you the strength to endure through the sorrow, helping you find the courage to keep going even when peace seems unreachable. In its positive state, Sweet Chestnut brings spiritual renewal, gently guiding you through the depth of your suffering towards a place of light. It helps you rediscover a sense of purpose even after a very profound loss, offering hope where once there was only despair. This remedy helps the soul heal, turning the darkest moments into opportunities for inner growth and spiritual transformation. Honeysuckle, the remedy for longing for the past. Honeysuckle is a deeply soothing remedy for those whose hearts are caught in the past, unable to let go of what is no longer there. It is the essence of nostalgia, but not the kind that allows us to celebrate the beauty of memories. It is the kind that keeps us stuck, unable to move forward because our minds and spirits are just tethered to something that has gone. Whether it's, the loss of a loved one, a relationship, or maybe a time in life that seems simpler. Honeysuckle helps us release the grip of the past so we can embrace the present moment. Imagine carrying the weight of an old dream, one that is no longer possible. Perhaps it's the dream of a person you once loved, or a future you once believed in, or a time in life that was filled with joy. Every moment feels as if it's slipping through your hands, through your fingers, and you can't help but just replay the past over and over in your mind, as though you could somehow bring it back. You wish for the past to return, but in doing so, you only feel more lost and more disconnected from the now. Honeysuckle gently helps to untangle this yearning, allowing the heart to acknowledge what was lost, but also accept what is and can be now. It helps you stop chasing after shadows, bringing peace to the soul so you can honor your memories without feeling like you're constantly running away from the present. It doesn't erase the past, nor does it demand that you forget. It simply helps you release the heavy longing that keeps you tethered to something you cannot return to. In its most balanced and positive state, Honeysuckle allows us to honor the past without being held hostage by it. It's about finding the peace that comes from knowing the past has shaped us, but it doesn't define us. It helps us move forward with grace, carrying the love of the past in our hearts, but not allowing it to prevent us from living fully in the present. Honeysuckle is a remedy of liberation, releasing us from the chains of endless longing and helping us embrace the beauty of now with all its possibilities. I want to add that longing or desire is a very low state of being. It might surprise you, but it energetically almost as low as anger, and therefore it feels so incredibly painful to long for what is no longer possible. And it can truly bewitch or enslave us. The flower essences alleviate the vibrations into a higher, gentler state of being. Willow, the remedy for resentment and self-pity. Willow is the remedy for those who find themselves struggling with resentment, bitterness, or self-pity after the death of a loved one. Grief can often be accompanied by a sense of unfairness, leaving us feeling angered or betrayed by life, the world, or even the person we've lost. Willow helps heal these deep feelings of injustice, transforming them into acceptance and peace. Imagine waking up each day feeling the weight of bitterness in your heart, resentful of the death that has stolen away someone you loved. Perhaps you feel as though life has dealt you an unfair hand and the absence of that person feels like a wound that will never heal. Willow helps soften these harsh emotions, allowing you to move beyond blame and anger and instead find a place of peace and acceptance in your grief. It doesn't tell you that you don't have the reason to feel the way you do. It just helps you cope with it. In its positive state, Willow helps release the grip of resentment and even self-pity, allowing you to come to terms with the reality of your loss. This remedy encourages healing by shifting your perspective and helping you to accept what cannot be changed and make peace with the circumstances of life. Willow helps you find emotional balance, allowing the energy of loss to transform into emotional strength rather than ongoing bitterness. Olive, the remedy for exhaustion from grief. Olive is the remedy for deep physical and emotional exhaustion that often accompanies grief. When the weight of loss drains your energy, leaving you mentally or physically depleted, olive offers the support you need to regain your strength. After the initial shock of loss, grief can leave you feel exhausted, with little energy to face the day. Olive helps to restore vitality, bringing back the strength that grief has drained from you. Imagine waking up each day feeling like you've never rested, as though your body and mind have been stretched beyond their limits by the emotional toll of grief. You feel heavy, drained, and unable to move forward, as if every step is just too much. Olive supports you by replenishing your energy, offering renewal and rejuvenation, and it helps restore not just your physical vitality, but also your emotional resilience, allowing you to process your grief without being overwhelmed by exhaustion. In the positive state, Olive helps you find balance and energy again, giving you the strength to move through the healing process at your own pace, and it helps you heal slowly but steadily, ensuring that the process is gentle and sustainable, so you can emerge from grief feeling renewed and ready to continue your journey with a restored sense of energy. How to use these remedies. If one of these remedies resonates with you, here's how to use them. Add 2 drops of your chosen remedy to a glass of water and sip throughout the day. If you want to make a combination remedy, you can add 2 drops of each chosen remedy, up to 7 in total, to a 30 milliliter dropper bottle filled with spring water and a dash of alcohol, vinegar or raw honey to preserve. You take 4 drops 4 times per day on or under the tongue or in a glass of water and sip throughout the day. Bach Flower Remedies work gently over time, so be patient with your healing journey and take them consistently until you feel better. Death is an inevitable part of life, but with the right support, we can learn to walk through its impact with greater peace and understanding. Bach Flower Remedies help us navigate these moments, not by erasing the pain, but by offering gentle comfort and resilience. I hope that this video has helped you truly. And if you want deeper guidance, feel free to contact me for a consultation or comment below if you have any questions. And thank you so much for being here.